Alright guys, on the last video I had, I showed you the left common carotid and we dissected out the right common carotid, or excuse me, I showed you the right and then we dissected out the left. Now, I worked a little bit more on this one to clean it up, and what I want you to notice is that both these common carotids look like they're going to the same place, and that's actually true in this fetal pig. So what we have in the heart is, if you look way back in here, you can see the aorta, which is a little difficult. I can't really point it out well because there's some blue gunk in the way. But what you'll see is there's the aorta, and then the first branch off of that aorta is the brachiocephalic artery. The brachiocephalic artery then splits, it bifurcates into the right and left common carotid arteries in the pig. So that's where these guys are coming from. And then the left subclavian artery, which is buried down in here somewhere, is going to be the next branch off. Once we cut this out, it's actually going to be a little bit easier to identify. But I did also want to identify that this structure, which we noted already, the vein that's running alongside the common carotid, is the internal jugular. The next venous structure over is actually the external jugular, and if you follow that around, you can actually follow it all the way up out here towards the exterior of the face and scalp, which is the same in the human. Now, there are 1, 2, 3 more kind of branches that spawn out from the brachiocephalic. So here's one brachiocephalic vein, there's another brachiocephalic vein. So if we look down here, this is actually the subscapular, and I know that's subscapular because that's my subscapular artery, and they run kind of near one another. The subscapular vein runs a little bit more inferior than the subscapular artery. The next one is going to actually be, or excuse me, this is subclavian, my bad, subclavian, subclavian. The next one that goes deep is subscapular, and then there's also a cephalic vessel that's in here somewhere as well. So what I want you actually to do is go into the masteringanatomyandphysiology.com, go to the study area, go to Practice Anatomy Lab, and go to the fetal pig. If you go to the cardiovascular section and you click on some of those pictures, there are beautiful pre-dissected pig images of this region. The very next thing that we're going to be doing is cutting this heart out and removing some of these structures so that we can try to see a little bit more, because right now there's so much other stuff present it's going to be really hard to get it out of the way. Once we take that heart out and start pulling it out, we can then start seeing a little bit more of the structures.